Oh, what the hell? Tinkerbell's hanging around here. Hi, what's your radio? Back here with Kingdom Hearts, which I was intending to make into a side episode, except Tinkerbell's just kind of hanging out here for some reason. I can't understand her. Oh, but Peter knows what she's saying. Okay, I wonder what this is about. Sorry, I wasn't planning to just read some flavor text this time, but there's something interesting going on here, in case you couldn't tell. What is it, Tink? You want to go to the clock tower? It's up to you, Sora. Oh, okay, that's just so I can get back to the clock tower. Cool. Don't be mad, Tink. Sora's got a lot to do. Sorry about it, Tinkerbell. So indeed, this is meant to be just a sort of short side episode. I doubt it'll take too long. Oh, go away. Where we read through some of the journal entries, because we've got a whole heckin' lot of them, and I've been neglecting to read them, mostly on the character and story section of them. But I reckon it's a good idea, not only to get myself back up to just in case I missed something important, it'll be like, oh, that's what the scene was about. But also just because it's fun. Surely if you fly high enough, the game considers the fight over, right? We win! We evaded the threats. We better take this place out first. There we are. Because I wanted to hang out on top of the pirate ship to read this, because that's just a fun place to read things, isn't it? Goofy and Donald, you just kind of float there, that's fine. Very well, let us commence with the story bit, shall we? Chronicles, Sora's story. How many pages do we get? Oh, okay, they're gonna be kind of short, are they? Kairi disappeared during the storm. That's just where the story starts. King Mickey left Disney Castle to start the Heartless. Oh wow, it is very much a... Oh no, there are 4 pages here. Sora, Donald, and Goofy search for their friends continued. An eerie shadow was drawing near their destination. In Wonderland, they helped Alice, who was falsely charged with some crime. But in the end, someone abducted her. In the deep jungle, they defeated Clayton, who was possessed by the darkness. That's weird. Why isn't that part of Wonderland? Oh, this is just the overall thing, I see. Sora was reunited with Riku back in town, but they were separated again. Sora's new friend Tarzan led him to a mysterious keyhole. When Sora sealed it with the Keyblade, he acquired a new gummy lock. Did we really do the Riku thing after Clayton, but before the keyhole? That doesn't sound right. It must not be 100% chronological. Aerith explained that the Heartless travel to various worlds through the keyholes, so sealing them might prevent more Heartless from invading each world. The new gummy opened a path to another world. And now we get to the actual, nitty-gritty of what happened in each place, I see. After falling through a deep hole, Sora and company arrived in Wonderland and followed a white rabbit all the way to the Queen of Hearts castle. There they witnessed a trial in which the unreasonable queen falsely accused Alice. Angered by this injustice, Sora rushed in and challenged the queen. He and his friends found evidence proving Alice's innocence, which was promptly ignored. But the queen simply accused them next and ordered her guard soldiers to seize them. After fighting them off, Sora noticed that Alice had disappeared from her cage. While looking for her, he and his friends ran into the Trick Master. They defeated the powerful Trick Master, but Alice's whereabouts remained unknown. As far as the Colosseum, Sora, Donald, and Goofy fought brilliantly to advance to the finals. Oh, thank you. Oh, stop. You're too kind. Their opponent was Cloud, who was hired by Hades to get rid of Sora and company. When Hades unleashed Cerberus during the match, Hercules entered the arena and took him on single-handedly. In the end, Sora and his friends helped Hercules defeat Cerberus. Phil was impressed by their feat and dubbed Sora, Donald, and Goofy junior heroes. Fight in other tournaments. Continue your journey to become a true hero. I did. Stop shouting at me, Jiminy. Deep jungle, Sora and his friends sought to reach the gorilla's nesting grounds, but Clayton, possessed by the Heartless, stood in their way. He abducted Jane and hunted down the gorillas. In their final showdown, Sora and company defeated Clayton, an invisible monster named Stealth Sneak. Loved that fight. I'm joking, I did love it. It was just very, very difficult. Sora finally gained Kerchak's trust and was allowed to go to the nesting grounds. Tarzan led everyone to a cavern with a mysterious keyhole. When Sora sealed it with the Keyblade, he found an unusual gummy block. Although Sora and the others couldn't find their friends, the new gummy block should help them get to another world. Sora, Donald, and Goofy said goodbye to Tarzan and the others and continued with their journey. Agrabah! Hoping to take over Agrabah, always a good sentence that starts with that. Jafar took Jasmine and the lamp with him to the Cave of Wonders. Oh yeah, he stole it from them. That is a thing that happened. Sora and his friends followed him there, where they encountered Maleficent. They learned that Maleficent and Jafar were rounding up the 7 princesses, Jasmine being one. Oh yeah, they had Jasmine now. I forgot about that. With the power to open the final keyhole. With Genie at his side, Jafar attacked Sora and company. Somehow they defeated him, but they could not find Jasmine. She had been abducted by someone else. They returned to Agrabah, where Aladdin freed the genie with his final wish and asked him to help Sora find Jasmine. Genie agreed and joined the party. I loved it when that happened. I really should use all the summons whenever it's a tough fight. I shouldn't just stick to the 1 or 2, but I tend to forget, and I feel like my melee attacks are doing more than Genie. So by my recollection, the way Genie works is he kind of every enemy that's within target range of you, he lasers them all at once when you sick him. And then Simba has the big roar that goes out. And then Dumbo, I still haven't even played as him on camera, I don't think. But his is pretty cool. You get to fly around and stuff. Monstro! Inside Monstro. Glossing over how we got there, Sora and his friends ran into Pinocchio and Geppetto. Pinocchio wandered off, and when Sora found him, he also found Riku. It was a strange reunion, and Riku suddenly ran off with Pinocchio. Baffled by Riku's behavior, Sora followed them. Amidst all the chaos, a Heartless attacked Pinocchio and left him lying motionless. Did it consume his heart? No way! His heart survived and will remain strong as long as I do my duty as his conscience. Pinocchio awakened when I called his name. Riku fled the scene, leaving Sora bewildered by the change in his friend. You act like you weren't confused. 100-Acre Wood. Sora was whisked away to the world of the 100-Acre Wood, inside a book in Merlin's house. There he met Winnie the Pooh, who said all his friends had vanished. Some of the book's pages had been torn out, taking his friends with them. Sora collected all the scattered pages and brought Pooh and his friends back together. A happy ending. Do Kanga and Christopher Robin mean nothing to you, Jiminy? Or was there a point when those characters weren't a thing, maybe? Maybe that's what it's about. Ariel, a princess of Atlantica, yearned to go to other worlds, but her dream could not be realized as King Triton, her father, forbade such notions. Ursula took advantage of this to coax Ariel into leading her to the Triton's trident, which she then seized for herself. To atone for her mistake, Ariel went to Ursula's lair with Sora, Donald, and Goofy to retrieve the trident. After her mores were defeated, Ursula used the trident's power to become a giant, but was vanquished in the end. With the trident's power, Sora found the keyhole and sealed it. I like how it's like, to avenge her father, she went to get the trident, making no mention of the fact that she fist-fought Ursula. Halloween Town. Jack, the Pumpkin King of Halloween Town, worked with Dr. Finkelstein and created a heart to control the Heartless for the Halloween festival. Oogie Boogie, plotting to use the heart to take over Halloween Town, had Lock, Shock, and Barrel steal it. When Sora and company arrived at his manor, Oogie Boogie tried to summon a swarm of Heartless with the heart, but failed. Evidently, the heart was incomplete. I don't know why they didn't wait till they could see that Jack and Co had it working. You could certainly steal it then. After Sora and his friends defeated him, Oogie Boogie turned into a giant monster, becoming one with his manor. However, he was beaten yet again and disappeared along with the manor. Sora sealed the keyhole in Halloween Town. Neverland! Sora and company trapped inside Hook's. I love how they always skip the beginning part of it. They're just like, so we were trapped in this pirate ship, right? Trapped inside Hook's ship, searched for Kairi and Wendy, who were locked away somewhere below deck. When they found them, they learned that something was wrong with Kairi. She remained dormant, as if she had lost her heart. Just when Sora thought Kairi was within reach, Riku snatched her away. Sora and the others pursued them to the main deck, where Hook and his men waited. With Peter Pan's help, they defeated the pirates, but Riku and Kairi were nowhere to be found. For now, Sora could only hope to see her again. When he sealed the keyhole at the clock tower, Sora found a gummy block. Will he be able to find Kairi again with this new block? With Tinkerbell now in the party, Sora and his friends continued with their journey. We have so many friends. Alright, now into characters. Most of that was stuff we knew. I think I didn't miss too much from summary there. Rare Truffle. I'd like to see what this is about. Non-attacking Heartless that are rarely found. They like to jump, so helping them stay in the air may bring good things. Oh, so like if you air combo them maybe? I wonder what the deal with that is. I set them on fire once, did that help? I never even looked at the entries for Sora and Riku and Kairi, did I? A spirited youth. He was cast into an unknown world when a swarm of Heartless raided his island. He battles the Heartless with a mysterious weapon called the Keyblade as he searches for his friend Kairi. Screw you, Riku. You're not in the book. Yup, that's Sora all right. Riku, Islander. A self-confident youth always competing with Sora. When the Destiny Islands vanished, so did he. By the time Riku reappeared, Sora had already found new friends, so Riku didn't rejoin him. Riku was willing to go to any length to save Kairi, even join forces with Maleficent. And he has weird suspender pants. Kairi, Islander. Kairi, Sora, and Riku were best friends. They built a raft to sail out and see new worlds. The three were then separated when a mysterious force struck the Destiny Islands. Thus did Sora's search for Kairi begin. Donald! Royal Magician. Skilled in magic, but can be short-tempered and stubborn. He set out in the Gumby ship with Goofy to find the king. Donald has joined forces with Sora, the key bearer alluded to in the king's letter. Donald made his debut his screen debut in The Wise Little Hen, 1934. Goofy, captain of the Royal Knights. How did that come about? He avoids fighting whenever possible. Mickey's most loyal subject. He set out in the Gummy ship with Donald to find King Mickey. He has joined forces with Sora, obeying Mickey's command to follow the key bearer. Goofy made his first screen appearance in Mickey's Review, 1952. Minnie Mouse, Queen of Disney Castle, ruling in Mickey's absence. I, Jiminy Cricket, am accompanying Donald and Goofy as the royal chronicler at her request. Queen Mickey is more concerned than anyone about the king's disappearance. She also made her debut in Steamboat Willie. Daisy Duck, Donald's sweetheart. They're careful to not mention the specific relationship. Are they married? Who knows? She's helping Minnie while the others look for King Mickey. She has Donald under her thumb and does a good job of keeping him in line. She originally appeared as Daisy in Mr. Duck Steps Out. What does that mean, she originally appeared as Daisy? I have no idea. Pluto, who found us once. So he was hanging around Traverse Town. Where the heck did he go? Mickey's faithful dog, Pluto, is more than a pet. He and Mickey are bound by strong ties of loyalty. Pluto set out with the others to find his master. But he's here? Will that famous nose of his lead him to Mickey? Pluto originally appeared in The Chain Gang, 1930. Oh yeah, he was hanging around with Donald and Goofy for a minute there, but we haven't seen him since, I don't think. Chip, One of the Kingdom's specialists helps maintain the gummy ship, which can travel to any destination. Chip is more serious and diligent than his easygoing, playful partner, Dale. Chip and Dale's first appearance was in Private Pluto, 1943. Oh, I didn't realize they were so closely related to Mickey and Co. One of the Kingdom's specialists helps maintain the gummy ship, which can travel to any destination. Compared to the more serious Chip, he takes a happy-go-lucky approach to life. Also in Private Pluto. Huey, Dewey, and Louie. One of Donald's 3 nephews. Huey is the leader and keeps his playful Dewey and laid-back Louie in line. You could spot Huey by his trademark red cap. He began tormenting his Uncle Donald in Donald's Nephews, 1938. Dewey, one of Donald's 3 nephews, always wears a blue cap, cheerful and easygoing. I remember him being a real grumpus in Quack Pack. That's a thing, right? Quack Pack? It was a show of Donald and his 3 nephews, I think. Not DuckTales, it's a different thing. I remember being a right grumpus. He works with his brothers in a shop in Traverse Town. Dewey began tormenting his Uncle Donald, and I didn't realize they had such a hostile relationship. One of Donald's 3 nephews works with his brothers, gentle and carefree, but notices a lot of things others miss. To find him, look for a green cap. As for Merlin, a great sorcerer living in the outskirts of town, Merlin's wisdom and magic powers rank second to none, and he teaches Sora and his friends about magic. He has a mysterious bag that can hold anything, no matter how large. Is this going to be like from Fantasia? No. Merlin first tutored Arthur in how to be a king in The Sword in the Stone. Was there a Merlin-esque wizard in Fantasia? I can't remember. Fairy Godmother, a powerful but generous and good-hearted fairy who helps Sora and his friends. Slightly absent-minded, but an expert at magic. She gives Sora and the others lessons in magic as well as advice on their journey. She first appeared as Cinderella's fairy godmother in Cinderella 1950. 1950? Heck, those things are old. Pongo, a brave and intelligent Dalmatian. With his mate Perdita, he looks after 99 Dalmatian puppies. Quick-witted, Pongo is an expert at escaping from tight spots. Pongo was first spotted on screen in 101 Dalmatians, 1961. And Perdita, a beautiful Dalmatian. With her partner Pongo, she takes care of 99 Dalmatian puppies. Perdita will brave any danger to protect her spotted charges, except leave her house. That's one thing she will not stoop to. She was first spotted on screen in 101 Dalmatians. Oh, spotted on screen. I get it. 99 puppies. Pongo and Perdita's puppies. When they work together, they can be tough to beat. Ever since their world was destroyed by the darkness, they've been trying to get back together again. Does that mean when we get all 99, we're going to get them as like a mega summon? Dalmatian summon. Brooms. This is Fantasia. Enchanted brooms with a life of their own. They tidy up, maintain the gummy ship, do house repairs, wait on others, just about anything useful. They swept onto the screen in Fantasia, 1940. Leon, here we go. A swordsman who wields the gun blade. His real name, Squall Leonhart. Man, he changed his name, but not much. He escaped to Traverse Town when the Heartless raided his homeworld. To part with his old self, a man who had been helpless to stop them, he changed his name. Since meeting the king, who has been so vigilant against the Heartless, Leon has sought the truth behind the key. Final Fantasy VIII. There's no, like, he gun-sworded onto the screen in 2000 whatever, or 19 whatever, whenever Final Fantasy VIII was. Not long after 7, I guess. I knew this for a time, but instantly forgot because dates mean nothing to me. Yuffie! A female ninja who escaped to Traverse Town when her home was taken by the Heartless. She stays strong and cheerful in any situation. She works with Leon and Aerith to unravel the secret of the key. Final Fantasy VII. Aerith! She lost her home to the Heartless at a very young age. Beneath her gentle disposition lies a strong will and a firm sense of duty. Many are naturally drawn to her. Aerith works with Leon and Yuffie to learn more about the Heartless and the key. Final Fantasy VII. I didn't bring her in my party much when I played Final Fantasy VII, but whenever I did, she was an absolute force to be reckoned with melee combat. Her stick was fierce. There's a bit at the beginning where, like, you're trying to knock barrels off of the rafters onto the enemies that are chasing her, and I missed every single one, and so she had to fight all of them. And she was indestructible. They could do like 3 damage to her. It was wild. Cloud! A fighter hired by Hades to compete in the Colosseum. Despite his association with Hades, his heart remains untouched by the Heartless. Cloud keeps very much to himself, which makes him something of an enigma. What is he seeking? Tifa, obviously. Sid, owner of an accessory shop in Traverse Town, a highly skilled engineer and a first-rate pilot. When the Heartless invaded his world, he escaped to Traverse Town on a gummy ship he'd built himself. He is an expert on gummy ships. Sounds right. Titus or Titus, I already forget. A cheerful, self-confident boy who lived on the Destiny Islands. He considers himself a champ at everything. Nobody knows what happened to him after his island disappeared. But I will, because I actually found a copy of Final Fantasy X at a game store not long ago for like $20, and I bought it. But of course I have to play 8 and 9 first. Selfie, a spunky girl who lived on the Destiny Islands. She is rather impulsive and quite the romanticist. Nobody knows what happened to her after her island disappeared. Final Fantasy VIII. Waka, a boy who lived on the Destiny Islands. He looks out for Titus and Selfie like a big brother. No one knows what happened to him after his island disappeared. Final Fantasy X. Moogles! Escaped to Traverse Town when the Heartless invaded their home. They know how to combine various items to form new ones. Many Final Fantasies. Ansem, a researcher who studied the Heartless and delved into the secrets of the worlds. He organized his findings into a single volume known as Ansem's Report. When he inexplicably vanished, most of its pages were scattered to the winds. I guess there's no full view because we don't know what he looks like. Maleficent, a sorceress of awesome power. She leads the villains who seek to harness the power of the Heartless. She doesn't lead any more. I believe we've taken out all of them. Or most of them, anyway. She has also tricked Riku into joining her and is using him as part of her evil plans. She first appeared to curse Aurora in Sleeping Beauty, 1959. Is Aurora the princess of Sleeping Beauty? I guess I never even thought to ask. Skipping over the ones we've already read, Alice. A girl who fell down a rabbit hole in Wonderland. She often daydreams and is naturally curious. Falsely accused of trying to steal the queen's heart, she was given an unfair trial and falsely convicted. She fell down the rabbit hole in Alice in Wonderland, 1951. Somehow I thought it was older than that. Queen of Hearts, a queen of Wonderland who lives in a castle with decks and decks of card soldiers. Selfish and short-tempered, she beheads anyone who crosses her. She thinks Alice tried to steal her heart. She struck terror in our hearts in Alice in Wonderland, 1951. Cards of Hearts and Cards of Spades, interesting. Spear-carrying guards who serve the Queen of Hearts. They fear the short-tempered queen and are careful not to irritate her. Marched onto the scene in Alice in Wonderland. Hello. Oh, I didn't even notice that their faces are like the actual outline of their faces are kind of shaped like their suit. Sweet suit. Their card symbol. Troops with heavy axes who serve the Queen of Hearts. They fear the short-tempered queen and are also careful not to irritate her. Right. White Rabbit, loyal servant to the Queen of Hearts. He led Sora and his friends to the Queen of Hearts castle. He wasn't late for his appearance in Alice in Wonderland. Chester Cat, a mysterious grinning cat who talks in riddles and can appear and disappear at will. He loves to mislead and confuse. He entered with a big smile in Alice in Wonderland, 1951. Look at you, you saucy thing, you. Doorknob! A talking doorknob in the door to Wonderland. To enter, you must turn him, and one good turn deserves another, as he would say. Doorknob was the only character in Alice in Wonderland who didn't first appear in the original story. Ah, right. That's a doorknob. Hercules, a legendary hero with godlike strength. He's the son of Zeus and Hera, but not a god himself. The people regard Hercules as a true hero. He went from zero to hero in Hercules 1997. Philoctetes. Phil the Satyr is a veteran trainer of heroes and Herc's mentor. These days, he's very busy running the Huck Coliseum and choosing the competitors suitable for the games. He came out of retirement in Hercules 1997. We didn't end up taking out Hades, did we? I don't think so. Cerberus, guardian of the underworld, of the entrance to the underworld and Hades' loyal servant. Herc defeated him once, but Hades has brought him back to fight Sora and his friends. He first stood watch for Hades in Hercules 1997. Wow, when this thing does a big stretch, you'll know. Tarzan, a young man raised from infancy by gorillas. His gorilla mother is Kala. Tarzan spoke only the language of the apes until he met Jane. Since then, he's learning to speak English at an astonishing rate. He swung onto screen in Tarzan 1999. Jane Porter, a naturalist who's in the jungle with Clayton, her guide, to study gorillas. She met Tarzan in the jungle and is gradually teaching him about human ways. She's courageous and will face any danger for her research. Exploring the jungle, she encountered Tarzan. Look at this cruel, cruel man. Turk, a young female gorilla and Tarzan's close friend. She's protective of the other young gorillas and acts as their leader. Unlike the other gorillas, her curiosity about humans is greater than her fear of them. She was up to some monkey business in Tarzan. Kerchak, boss of the gorilla pack. He was against letting Tarzan join the group, but Kala's resolve won him over. Kerchak worries that Tarzan's contact with people will bring danger to the gorilla community. He established himself as leader of the pack in Tarzan. Kala, the gorilla who found Tarzan in the jungle. She has always helped and defended him, even when he was scorned by the others. Kala is not happy about Tarzan's contact with people, but she knows it's important to him. She was second banana in Tarzan. I thought he was raised from infancy by gorillas though, so where's this human contact coming from? Or did they just refer to Jane then, I guess? Sabor, a leopard feared by all who live in the jungle and an enemy of Tarzan and the gorillas. Sabor is a cunning hunter who targets the weak and helpless. He stalked onto the scene in Tarzan. Aladdin, a young man living in Agrabah. He helped Sora defeat Jafar and used his last wish to release the genie from the lamp. Aladdin asked Sora and her friends to help save Jasmine, who has been abducted. He stole the scene in Aladdin 1992. I wasn't a fan of him when I was a kid, but I've grown to see that he is quite a compassionate street rat in my older days. No mention of his generosity in this one. Giving bread to starving children and all. Genie, the spirit of the lamp who has been freed by Aladdin with his third wish. Genie has joined forces with Sora and friends to rescue Jasmine from captivity. He will attack all locked-on targets with showtime. He granted our wish by appearing in Aladdin. Jasmine, the strong-willed princess of Agrabah. Jasmine longs for the freedom of life outside the palace. She's in love with Aladdin, but doesn't know his real identity. She left the palace to seek Aladdin's help against Jafar. Oh, that's why she wouldn't say his name earlier. She appeared in Aladdin. Jafar, the vizier of Agrabah. He joined forces with Maleficent and tried to control the Heartless. He gained control of the lamp and became a powerful genie, but was defeated by Sora and friends. He played the villain in Aladdin. He most certainly did. Jafar Genie. With his last wish, he became an all-powerful genie himself, but he forgot that all genies shared the same fate, to serve whoever controls their lamp. In the end, his lamp became his prison. Iago, Jafar's cunning, crotchety parrot. He's Jafar's eyes and ears as he flies around Agrabah, spying on his master's enemies. Iago takes after Jafar with a penchant for intrigue and evil. He squawked around in Aladdin. Carpet! The most compelling character, a magical flying carpet loyal to Aladdin. Carpet can carry passengers over the vastness of the desert at a great speed. The Heartless had carpet pinned to the floor under a chest. I can't believe they took a valuable page space explaining that. He enchanted us in Aladdin. Pinocchio! Crafted by Geppetto and brought to life by the Blue Fairy. He'd have lost his heart to the Heartless if I hadn't come to his rescue. Now he's living in Traverse Town with Geppetto and working hard to become a real boy. There were no strings to hold him down in Pinocchio. Geppetto, the kind, gentle clockmaker. Sora and friends helped him escape from Monstro's belly. These days he's living in Traverse Town and looking forward to the day Pinocchio becomes a real boy. He provided shelter in Pinocchio. Ariel! Triton's youngest daughter. Ursula tricked her into helping steal his trident. With help from Sora and the others, all was put right. Still, she'll never stop dreaming of exploring the world outside her father's palace. Her voice enchanted us in The Little Mermaid. Does she have a magic voice, or are they just saying because it's a musical? King Triton, king of Atlantica, who is backed by the power of his trident. He has forbidden Ariel to have any contact with outsiders, which only led her to yearn to grow even stronger. He ruled the seas in The Little Mermaid. Ursula, she deceived Ariel and stole the trident to take over Atlantica. Using its power, she became an enormous monster and battled Sora, Goofy, and Donald. She appeared in The Little Mermaid. Sebastian, Triton's concert master, a musical genius. The little crab is also responsible for keeping an eye on Ariel to ensure her safety. Whenever she leaves the palace, he's on pins and needles. He conducted himself in The Little Mermaid. Flounder! Ariel's trusted friend. Flounder will do anything for her. He's small and not exactly brave, but he'll never leave Ariel's side even when it means facing danger. He appeared in The Little Mermaid. Jetsam! Ursula's lackey along with Flotsam. An evil moray eel, Jetsam is a smooth talker who loves to deceive. His specialty is using empty promises to lure unsuspecting mermen and mermaids into Ursula's clutches. He ran interference for Ursula in The Little Mermaid. And Flotsam? An evil moray eel, Flotsam is a smooth talker who loves to deceive. Oh! They both have the same skill set then. And portrait. Actually, the angle is slightly different on this one. Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King. He loves to scare people out of their wits. Headstrong and confident and likes grand gestures. Now he's working night and day to make sure this year's Halloween festival the greatest ever. To make it the greatest ever. He's scared up some fun in Tim Burton's The Night Before Christmas, 1993. And Sally, his buddy, Dr. Finkelstein's creation. She's patched together from parts that sometimes come off and move about on their own. She loves Jack and tries to steer him in the right direction, though it doesn't always work. She appeared in Tim Burton's Night Before Christmas. Oogie boogie. The villain who tried to take over Halloween Town. The heart he stole from Dr. Finkelstein attracted the Heartless, and the result was his doom. Damn. He came apart at the seams in Tim Burton's Night Before Christmas. And Finkelstein, the mad scientist who created a heart to help Jack control the Heartless, is dancing. Sally is another one of his creations. She helps him run the lab, but she'd much rather spend time with Jack. He created some scares in Tim Burton's Night Before Christmas. Zero, Jack's ghost dog. He comes out of his grave whenever Jack calls. He's very loyal to his master and loves it when Jack plays with him. He loyally followed Jack in Tim Burton's The Night Before Christmas. We're almost at the end, but heck, there are actually a lot more characters than I was remembering. This is actually going to be almost the length of a full episode. Luck, the ringleader of the trio that includes Shock and Barrel. Their walking bathtub helps them get around. You know that thing they have? Well, they commit all kinds of mischief. They sometimes help Oogie, but they're not really fond of him. He created havoc in Night Before Christmas. Along with Lock and Barrel, Shock is part of Oogie Boogie's plot to take over Halloween Town. Shock is the most cunning member of the trio. She keeps her cool when the other two are losing it. She created havoc as well. Barrel, a member of the trio that includes Lock and Shock. He's a little slow and often ends up at the butt of his partner's pranks and practical jokes. Further, he created havoc. Mayor, the two-faced mayor of Halloween Town. He switches from his happy face to his sad face depending on his mood, which changes constantly. He's working with Jack to make this year's festival the best ever. He appeared in Night Before Christmas. Peter Pan, the flying boy from Neverland where no one ever grows up. He can be stubborn, but he's also fearless and has a strong sense of justice. He snuck on board Hook's ship to rescue Wendy, who was kidnapped. He led the Lost Boys in Peter Pan. Wendy, a dreamy girl whose wish to visit Neverland, came true. Peter Pan showed her the way, but she got caught up in Hook's vendetta against Peter and was kidnapped by Hook. She watched over the Lost Boys in Peter Pan. Captain Hook, the pirate with a grudge against Peter Pan who caused him to lose his hand to the crocodile. You know the one, the crocodile. He threw in his lot with Maleficent and the Heartless, but ended up being chased over the horizon by the crocodile. That was his ultimate fate. He hooked us in Peter Pan. Mr. Smee, Hook's first mate. He lives to take orders from Hook, but he's as slow-witted as Hook is obnoxious. He appeared in Peter Pan. The crocodile. A seagoing reptile big enough to swallow a man whole, and he's always hungry. He got a taste of Hook once and never forgot it. Hook can tell when he's nearby by the sound of the clock ticking away in his stomach. Oh, he ate his watch, did it? He had a taste for Captain Hook in Peter Pan. Winnie the Pooh. A little bear living in the 100-acre wood. His favorite fruit is honey. Being a bear of very little brain, capitalized, he's a bit absent-minded. Sometimes he even forgets what it was he was trying to remember. He warmed up the screen in Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree, 1966. Somehow I thought Winnie the Pooh was older as well. Oh, I guess the books are older than when his first screen appearance would have been. Piglet, who's best friend in the 100-acre wood. Tiny, timid Piglet is startled by just about anything. When that happens, he covers his eyes with his floppy ears. He appeared on a Wednesday in Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day, 1968. Final page! Tigger loves to bounce more than anything. Sometimes his bouncing gets out of hand, but he doesn't mean any harm. Beneath that happy-go-lucky exterior beats a sensitive, gentle heart. He bounced onto the scene in Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day, 1968. 2 first entrances. Rabbit! Rabbit is an earnest, hardworking member of the Hunter-Taker Wood community. He keeps to himself, but lends a hand when others need him. He's not always comfortable around the exuberant Tigger. He appeared in Winnie Pooh and the Honey Tree, 1966. Eeyore. Timid, retiring Eeyore lives in a little house in the roots of a tree. His tail is held on by a tack, but it keeps falling off and getting lost. I don't remember that ever happening, but I guess it was a thing. Now he's wandering the woods looking for a new home. He reluctantly appeared in Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree. And last but not least, Roo! He who dreams of bouncing as well as Tigger someday. He's mischievous, energetic, and fearless, but grows uneasy when Tigger is not around. He hopped onto the screen in Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree. And that be our whole journal read! Excellent. Oh, don't even show me the times. Well, that is that. So that was about a half an hour, so it'll probably make an episode of about 25 minutes or so. So it actually was much longer than I sort of expected it to end up being, but there you have it. We read through our journal, and there are clearly a few more entries to have, but I might just start reading them along the way now that we've sort of covered the bulk of them. I might just start reading them along the way so we don't fall behind again and need another one of these episodes to catch up. But that'll do for now. So the next video going on the channel is going to be some more SpongeBob SquarePants movie game, where we've just made it to the Thug Tug. And, you know, we're going to tug some thugs. No, obviously a tug is a boat. That's horribly gross what I just said. What we're actually going to do is beat them all up looking for the key to our car. But that's all for now in Kingdom Hearts. So next time will be, I suppose the next step would be to turn in our Navi-G piece and see where it can take us. Maybe to the Hollow Bastion, maybe not. Still kind of wonder what's going on with that White Trinity. It feels like once I find that White Trinity, I'll understand all of the collectibles that we're missing. Ooh, actually before I leave, let's see if Pongo and Perdita have any new things for us. Now that we've rescued their children. Of course, rescuing the puppies is its own reward. It looks like they have gotten a whole bunch more back. Wow, this place has got to be just brimming with puppies, hasn't it? Why, thank you. Just for me? And Donald and Goofy, that's so kind. And the Genie and Tinkerbell, if you want to get specific, we have a whole extended party. Oh, where did my UI go? That was weird. Mega Elixir and another one. Or a Calcum. Oh, you're so kind. Thank you. Do you always have no UI in this place? I kind of sworn you did before. Wow, just look at all them heckin' puppers. Hard to believe there are 70 or so. You know, actually, maybe it isn't. There are actually quite a number of them across all these rooms, now that I think about it. That's a lot of dogs. Oh yeah, there are a whole bunch in this room. 75 we've got. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to turn in the Navi-G here, but I just meant to look at the store before we leave. But sure, here's your Navi-G. Thanks for installing that. Sorry, I didn't mean to have any story stuff in the side episode, so what I'll probably do is just, I'll take that chunk of the episode and put it at the beginning of next episode. Righty, anything more we can buy from here, like new computers or anything like that? Nope, doesn't appear so. And we've got more or less the max of most of these things that I care to have. Very good then. I just wanted to check the stores to see if any, by chance, we'd have new weapons for sale or anything. Because we've hit sort of a new hurdle where there's an exploit with the Coliseum's opened. Nope, this all looks the same. Might just buy a few ethers. It's a lot of money. None of these tables have three chairs for us all to sit in. Okay, I'll sit at this table and you guys can have the other one, okay? Or we can all share this one chair. That's what we've learned, is friendship is sharing and sharing is caring. Grand, so that was our side episode where we went through and read a bunch of stuff in a book. I'll try to keep up with it a little more as we carry on so that we don't end up with way too much of a backlog to read through this next time. But next time it looks like we're going to a dangerous place with our ship that can now transform. Was it a gummy that he gave us? Oh, scissors and paper are decorative. I see. Oh, as in rock, paper, scissors. That's what it's about. I got you. Transform G enables the ship to transform. So I don't know what that's about, but I'm sure we will when we equip it, if we equip it. So that's all for now. Thank you so very much for coming around. Did I already say the next video is going to be some more SpongeBob? Yes, because we're going to tug some thugs. Thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I will see you around. Admiral's going to be out of here now. Peace. Somnambulism, which just based on the etymology, I'm guessing means sleepwalking. Somnia, like sleep, and ambulism, moving. Somnambulism? You mean sleepwalking? Is that an actual thing? I've never heard that before. I mean, I've heard sleepwalking, but I've never heard the term somnambulism. Yes, I believe she is exhibiting a rare form of the disorder.